What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to LightSaber Radio. So how's everybody doing today on this most outrageous of Star Wars days? First, I want to apologize for everybody on Thursday. Some family things came up, so I wasn't able to get an episode out. But I am going to make a special episode, and we're going to talk about some different stuff. There was like a big family drama thing that I had to deal with, so I wasn't able to do the Thursday show. But I definitely will do a episode where I go through and fix all the or show you guys the studio and everything, because I know a lot of people have been asking about it. So I'll definitely get that out. Just didn't have time to get it together, work stuff and just family stuff. It was kind of crazy last few days. CJ and Tori, they did hit us up. They're going to be a little bit late today. They were trying to get back to the house. They was running some errands and stuff, so they're going to be here shortly. Hopefully everything goes right and they can get here. And just a quick update, everybody, the stream or the Spotify and all the audio platforms will be fixed. Adobe finally got back to me, and they fixed some of the problems that they were having with their, for some reason you couldn't export. For this new update that they just put out, you couldn't export nothing. So you could do all the editing, but you couldn't export it. So, but they got back to me. They have sent me a fix for that bug. So all the latest episodes that we've done, like the last 3 episodes, well, including this one, it'll be 4 episodes, will be up on Spotify in the next couple of days. So anybody wants to just listen to the podcast, or because the cool thing about Spotify is you can watch it just like on YouTube, or you can shut your phone off and still listen to it. You know, that's the cool thing. So, you know, and I know we have a lot of listeners on that come to Spotify. So we're definitely, that'll all be fixed this weekend. So by Monday, all of them should be out. And I think that's about it for any type of announcements. We are going to be talking about Visions, because now everybody's got to watch them all. And we have some interesting takes on the different episodes. Some of the episodes that I didn't think I was going to like, I liked. And some of the episodes that I thought I wasn't going to like, or I was going to like, didn't really care for. So, but we're going to definitely talk about that. What's up, Star Wars team leader? What's up, Chris? What's up, Infected? I'm glad to see you guys here. I hope everything is going good on your side of the galaxy. And we are definitely going to get to that. But first, we got to drop that intro.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Last we will reveal ourselves.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
You are now tuned into LightSaber Radio. If you only knew the power of dark
Here it comes. Let's go.
You are now tuned into LightSaber Radio. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello there.
We got J-Dog in the chat. We got Dion in the chat. What's up, guys? Hey, J-Dog, did you ever get your the thing in the mail? The puzzle, the autograph puzzle I sent you? Cause I don't know. I haven't checked my email in fucking forever. It's been, like I said, it's been just a hectic couple of weeks. So let me know in the chat if you got it. So we have Visions. Now, I'm going to state this right off the bat.
Yes, we do.
I thought season 1 was better than season 2. I don't know how you feel, Garrison.
Yeah, I agree with that. No, I think season one had a little bit more stories I was looking for. This one, like, I think the bad episodes this season weren't as bad as the bad episodes in season 1, but the good episodes weren't as redeeming as season 1's good episodes. Because season 1 had some just phenomenal episodes that blew me away. But it also had some ones that I didn't like. This one, it didn't have any like episodes that I like. It only had one episode that I just like hated. Other than that, they're all just like, and there was a few like pretty good ones.
Yeah, I don't think I hated any of the episodes, because I think we went into it with a different aspect this time. We went into it knowing that what Visions is really about. It's not. This
a little bit
isn't
more of an
canon
open mind.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
In the first
This is more
season, we
like-
kind of didn't know what it was going to be, so we
Yeah,
kind of had a higher
true.
expectation. But I really
But
enjoyed them.
I liked it. It's a fun exercise in like what could Star
Could
Wars
be.
be. Yeah, what it could be. Something else in this universe, not necessarily. It doesn't have to hold to the same kind of standard and rules. I
But
guess.
I also think that Star Wars team leader said we gave out 8 dozen cookies for May the 4th and raised $695 for Children's Hospital. That's dope. That's super dope. That's super dope. We are going to be doing some stuff for some charities. LightSaber Radio is. We just have to discuss which ones we're going to decide to do some stuff. So that definitely will be some things that's coming in the future. We haven't really sat down and talked about, the different charities. And plus, it's so hard to pick out the right one that's, because a lot of these, man, it's scary, because you think you're doing the right thing and then you find out the damn charity done robbed. So it's hard, but yeah, we definitely going to look into it a little bit because we're going to try to do some stuff. In fact, I said I think one was better, but I think I enjoyed all the episodes. It did. One was better, but these episodes was like to me there wasn't none of the episodes that I hated. Like I didn't hate none of the episodes. Like this is just garbage.
Right.
There
Like I
was some
said,
that was
like,
kind of
like
like
the
just-
worst episodes. Yeah, the worst episodes of season 2 were better than the worst episodes of season 1.
Yeah, because like the Astro Boy one in season 1 was just freaking terrible. Like, what the
Yeah.
hell is the point of this? But none of these was like really that bad. The only thing I think the reason that I think season 1 was better because, like I said on Wednesday, I think because it was all done with the same
With,
like
similar. Yeah, it was
yeah, they were all similar
kind of-
to each other. They wasn't, and I think it kind of fit together better. These ones were kind of like all over the place. We had the Indian one,
Dude,
we had the chili
Some
one.
of these
we
ones
had-
I hated, dude. Some of these, even the way it looked, like the type of animation style. Some of them, I was like, dude, this
the
is
Sith,
weird.
which is
Did
in
not
my
like it.
in my top 3. I think Sith was like my number 3 one that I liked. I liked Sith, but the animation was
Dude,
just
I couldn't watch Sith until
terrible.
Like, the
Oh
last
god, the animation was
minute.
just so weird.
Yeah, I couldn't even watch Sith until the last 5 minutes because the animation, the
It
colors,
was just so freaking colorful. Like,
Dude,
why is all
man,
these
I
weird?
felt
it looked
like I was like, should I be on mushrooms to watch this? I've never even had mushrooms, but I feel like I need to be on mushrooms to watch this.
Creamy Peach, what's going on? Yeah, it was kind of weird that just the way the animation was. The story was cool. I liked the story, but the animation was just so hard to keep up with what was happening. It was just so colorful and it was like the animation was, and it was brushstroke. It was like everything like somebody was. It was just the brushstrokes was just I don't know, it started giving me a headache watching it. Like, oh man, what the hell? But a lot of them were very, very colorful. And I enjoyed the colorful part, but I don't know, just that one. But the storyline was cool because you think about a Sith trying to get away, don't want to be a part of the dark side. The Master's like, you ain't got no damn choice or I'm going to kill you, searching out for you. The story was cool. Like all the stories, that's one thing I was kind of surprised. All the stories were pretty good.
Even the episodes I wasn't the biggest fan of, the stories were they actually had some good written stories.
Yeah,
And so,
especially for how short they were,
yeah, bro.
for being
And,
15,
Star
20
Wars-
minutes long.
Bro, Disney, take notes. They created a better story in 15, 20 minutes than you have in an entire season.
There was some good stories, and even the one, which one was it? Here, let me look at my notes here. I got to check my notes. Even the one
of the ones I didn't like was, oh shit, In the Stars, the claymation one. I don't like claymation, but I gotta admit that story wasn't bad, and the music in it, that soundtrack, holy
dude,
hell.
all of them had really great music in
Way
it. I don't know who
good,
the
way
composer
good
was, and that's my fault. I usually look into this stuff more, but like I said, I just had a lot of stuff going on. But all of them have really, really good music. And the craziest shit, though, you watching it, I'm watching all of them, and I'm taking notes, and I'm detailing, and I watch it again, and I'm taking notes, and dude, Why is the blaster bolts and all the sound effects was better on this than it was on
Seriously, like
on,
Bad Batch or
all of
Mando.
all of Mandalorian season 3? Like, dude, are you serious? Like, why is this
Honestly.
better? Like, you guys, Disney, you're supposed to be top notch.
It had honestly some better story, and it felt like more emotional and like intense in like 20 minutes than Mando for me managed to do in the whole season. And I don't know what that was.
Yeah, the star. That's the one with the little girl that kept using
Dude,
the force.
I hated that bitch. I hated her.
Like, why you
But
keep
then
using the force?
Once we got to the end, I was like, that was kind of cute. I like that. Okay, that was good.
They were cool, man, and that's the thing. I think it was just refreshing. Honestly, I think that's like it was just refreshing to see some new stories, some different stuff. And then I watched Jedi Adventures, right? The little Jedi Adventure thing. Dude, I'm like, dude, yeah, it's made for kids, but that shit had me like, dude, oh, what they gonna do? The little dude on there, he's so cool, man. I was like, it was really. I'm like, dude, are you sure this is only for kids? I think everybody should watch Jedi Adventures. You know what I'm saying? I said, this like it made me feel like a kid again, and that's kind of how I feel like this. It was like watching a brand new Star Wars, something that we hadn't seen before. It gave me that nostalgia. It really made me feel like a Star Wars fan again, and
It definitely brought back that nostalgia for me, though.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
I was not expecting it. Like, I literally, after watching it, I was like, I want to play Battlefront now. I want to watch more Star Wars. Like, it got me in a Star Wars mood, and it's been a while since I've had that. It was refreshing, Kyle. It was good to see some quality storytelling in the Star Wars universe. Whether I liked an episode or not, I could at least appreciate kind of the story behind it.
And none of them were bad. Like, that's my thing. None of them were, like, just completely trash. Like, okay, this is just trash. What
There was one that I really didn't like. But
like, to me, none of them were like that. The Astro Boy one in season 1, I just hated that one. I was like, this is the dumbest thing ever. Like, why did they even put this out? Like, they couldn't have done better than this. They need to really have a talk with this studio and say, what? You just made Astro Boy, but it's Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? The damn robot can use the Force. The robots can't use the Force. What are you doing? Like, this is just garbage. And I didn't get none of that feeling. I didn't like every single one of them I watched. I enjoyed. I liked them. I mean, I'm not saying that they were the greatest, or I wouldn't rather watch Bad Batch or something like that. I like the song one.
I didn't like the song one.
I like the song one. I thought it was cool. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was different. It really gave me that. It just made me feel. I don't know. I just feel happy after I got done watching that one. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dude, I just feel real happy for some reason. Like, this is. But the one, the dark head, that was my favorite. Journey to the Dark Head. That's the one that really felt like Star Wars to me.
Yeah.
I really feel like it was I was kind of mad when it was over. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
No, man, I want more, man. Give me some more of that. Like, I want some more of that.
That one actually should have been longer, I think. That one.
I Am Your Mother was just like
it was okay.
It kind of was irritating, but I could relate to it because everybody has that kind of like time with their parents. Like, oh, really? Like, my dad showed up one day, you know what I'm saying, to the school, and he's just out there, and he's like in his ancient clothing that is from the 40s. He got, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh God, why are you just like Jesus? Oh man. So I could understand it. I could relate to it, but it was just kind of the claymation wasn't really that good to me. Like, just the look of it. Like, I've seen way better claymation than that. Like, it kind of seemed wonky. I guess that's the best word. It kind of seemed like.
Which one? The Into the Star one?
No, the mother one wasn't claymation. Never mind, I'm tripping out. Yeah, the claymation. I was going to the claymation one. The claymation one was kind of like. I felt wonky. It felt wonky to me. It felt like they didn't take enough time. Yeah, they didn't take enough time. They didn't take enough shots. Or they was cutting out too much of whatever they did, and it kind of made it jumpy. But the storyline wasn't all that bad. Even the mother one wasn't that bad. Like, none of them was really that bad. I really enjoyed them. What's going on, CJ? Tori's bed in the house. But I don't know. I liked them all. And then, like I said, the Jedi Adventures, the little kid show, like, I watched it last night, and I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, dude, this is fun. I like this. This is fun. The little kid, he's learning. You got Yoda in there talking stuff. I mean, you got like the little kid pirate. It's all little kiddish, but it made me feel good. Like, I don't know.
Right.
I enjoyed watching it. It made me feel good. It made me think about like Star Wars, but I know it was made for kids. But it made me feel good, and I think that's what the biggest thing about Star Wars. Even with Visions, they just made me feel good. They were good stories, and like the animation wasn't the greatest in all of them, but the sound effects were better than better than Mandalorian. So I was like, and the music was good. It was like, this is cool. I like this, and I think that they should do more of it. We kind of need a break from the everyday Star Wars and get something like this.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch any of Visions.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Well, I watched
that's
one.
Not true. We watched
Just kidding. Sorry.
Okay, no. So we watched like half of one, and the first one, and we're like, what the fuck? Like we hated it. We hated it. So
Dude, the animation on that first one, the Sith, the animation was just like, it was hard. It gave me a headache.
It looked like it was they were trying to knock off Into the Spider-Verse. So
It
I
was
got really.
Every single one was very different, though.
Yeah.
We watched the one from the creators of Wallace and Gromit. I liked that because I also grew up watching Wallace and Gromit, and I liked the claymation kind of stuff like that. I really enjoyed that. Especially the baby Wookiees that they're flying the plane and they're all freaking out. And
They were all, I mean, there wasn't
are
none
you
of
trying
them
to
that
remember, Garrison?
The baby Wookiees.
The baby
one- yeah.
Wookiee?
Oh,
The one
yes,
where the Wookiee
yes.
ripped the arm off
mother
and-
one.
yeah.
The mother one. Yeah.
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 I
They
liked
were
that
all-
one, but we've
they
been
were
watching
all-
the Jedi Adventures with the kids, and the kids love it. It
But
doesn't
you gotta
matter.
You gotta watch Journey to the Dark Head. That was the one, and I think
Yeah.
somebody said it.
Agreed.
Somebody said something about it in the
Bandits
chat.
of Golok was good,
I'm
too.
just going to be honest, though. Like, we were watching it. I put it on, and the kids were running around being crazy. The second I put on the Jedi Youngling Adventures, dead stopped, sat down right next to me, and were just glued to the TV.
Dude,
And I was
me
like-
and my brother-in-law is 51 years old. I'm 45. We sat there and watched the Young Jedi Tales and was just enthused. We were just sitting there like, this is good. I feel like a kid again. You know what I'm
It was
saying?
good. I really enjoyed it. It was really, it's like,
like,
it's,
and then like all the Visions was just, I don't know. There wasn't one that I like. There was stuff that I disliked about, you know, like I might not like that. The Sith one, I liked the story behind it. It was cool. Just, it was like brush stroke animation. Like they were just, and it was just so like overwhelming. It like I said, it started giving me a headache. Like, damn, man, it's a lot of colors going on. And it's like, you know, the lightsaber go by and it was like the motion blur behind the lightsaber. It was like, whoa, what? You know, it was, but the story was good. And the one that, like, I did not think that I was going to like, and we kind of talked about it on Wednesday, I said I was going to probably hate it, was the Song, or however you say it.
Yeah.
I liked it, that episode. It's like not my number 2 favorite episode. I really enjoyed that episode. I was like, dude, I like this episode. This episode is cool. It just gave me that Star Wars nostalgia. But my favorite episode, like I said earlier, my favorite episode was Journey to the Dark Head. That, I don't know, that's the one that felt most like Star Wars to me. It really felt like Star Wars. Just like the fight. And then the fight scene with the Jedi and the Sith they was running through the thing and the lights was all coming on and it was like there has to be dark and light. The story, it was just, everything about it was cool. Only thing I didn't like is that weird crazy thing that was like his lightsaber had that thing that was like wrapped around his throat and I was like, what the hell? Like, what? Like, man,
Well,
I want somebody to get a light whip. Why can't we have no light whips in anything? I really want to see a light whip.
as our fans know, May the 4th is not only just our favorite holiday, it is our daughter's birthday.
and Carrie Fisher Day.
And now, hold on, woman, don't jump ahead. I want to say this. I got emotional. I'm the one that cried watching it. It is now officially Carrie Francis Fisher Day, deemed by Mark Hamill. It will always be her day now.
I'm just so. It just sucks that they waited till all the way till she was dead to give her star.
It
Like,
was-
dude,
So
what? That sucks.
actually, before, so we were watching the drama behind it because there's a lot of drama behind this star. Billy Lord filed it with Disney to get the star approved, but Carrie Fisher's brother did it 4 years before her passing, and he somehow couldn't get the signatures for it.
On top of Carrie Fisher going to the board and saying, no, I don't want this.
Yeah, he was trying to do it out of publicity, and then when Carrie passed, there was a lot of things that her brother and sisters used to make money off of her passing.
So they put a star against her wishes?
No, so when her brother did it against her wishes, so he went to the board and was like, hey, I want to get my sister a star. Carrie went into the board and was like, hey, I don't want a fucking star. I don't need to be walked on by thousands of people.
And definitely not by my brother who's just trying to make money off of me.
Well, when she passed, he turned around and applied again. Billy, who is now in charge of not only Debbie Reynolds but Carrie Fisher's estates, stated, no, it's not happening yet. And then they turned around and used a lot of Carrie Fisher's personal stories that they had to make a book and make profit off of Carrie and Debbie. So Billy doesn't talk to them. Well, Billy went to Disney, and Disney went to the board and was like, hey, can we do this star on May the 4th? And Billy was like, yes, let's make this happen. Let's do it on May the 4th. But my aunts and uncles are not invited. This is for my mom. They're not going to make a spectacle out of this. And damn it, did they make it beautiful. It was awesome.
Yeah, I was watching it. It was cool.
I cried. I'm not going to fucking lie to you.
I didn't cry, but I watched it.
He yelled at the TV because there was that one photographer that just kept, well, stand on the star, stand on the star. And he's like, stop telling him to stand on the goddamn star.
I got mad because this one photographer's like, Billy, stand on the star, stand on the star. And I looked at the TV. I was like, quit fucking telling her what to do. Like you could hear me. I was emotional. Like, you can't. That's her mom's star.
No, you're going to take a picture of it, and then you're going to spin it, and I know how you think. Like, he was getting so mad. And
but I was also emotional because Mark read the note that he wrote for her funeral.
Yeah.
When she had passed. And I was like, oh, Mark, I know you could come up with words, but you honestly didn't want to because this note alone could last 100 years.
And I love the fact that, like, their trio's bond is still extremely strong, where Mark still calls Carrie Fisher his space twin.
And then Billy
and
Lord.
Billy calls Mark her space uncle.
Oh no, that's the only thing I really watched on May the 4th because we went out and I'm going to throw some shade at the local 501st. They can take it as they please. So on May the 4th, they had posted we're going to have an event for Star Wars Day. It's going to be here at this library. It's going to be fun. I made damn sure to get the kids in time and go all the way out there for them to hang out with the 501st and do this little event. 3 people showed up. And they had the library staff running the rest of it. And it was very half-assed. It was like...
It was in a small room.
It was very not well done. And I kind of got mad when I was leaving. I was like, next year, you know what I want to do? I want to put on something for May the 4th. Obviously, my daughter's birthday is that day, so it's kind of hard. But at the same time, it's like, I can invite people out and do something instead of 3 501st members that, in my opinion, were half-assed dressed. Like, this guy was wearing his jeans, a t-shirt, and then his Jedi cloak with a lightsaber in his hand.
That's fine. That's legit, dude. I've never seen something straight out of the movies. That was pretty good. It
was great, eh?
That's pretty good.
And then we were supposed to turn around on May the 4th and go up. So we were supposed to have a drone show. It was a May the 4th drone show. We sat out in a park for 2 hours for them to cancel it. It was a great May the 4th, though.
All right.
My highlight.
But really quick, back on. So I always I've known that Billy Lord is obviously Carrie Fisher's daughter. She looks like her, all of it. I'm listening to her talk, and I'm like, okay, she's got the same vocal pattern. Like she has the same speech pattern. I meant not vocal pattern, speech pattern. And I was like, wait a second, she just said something. And so, you know, your brain tricks you. So sometimes when you're listening to something, you have to close your eyes in order to fully, like, see, essentially. Has anybody else noticed how much Billie Lourdes just sounds like Carrie Fisher? Like, she sounds exactly like her mom. If you close your eyes and pay attention to her talking, she sounds just like her.
I still think she's a love child of Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher. I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. The time frame's about right. I'm just saying. There's a supervisor in my house walking around for a little Jedi robe. See, that's fucking cool. In fact, and that's like half my guys. Like, okay, so fun fact: we do have guys that I work with that now are gonna tune into the show. My lovely band of jackasses that I work with. They all on May the 4th because they wanted to know why I was at work. They're like, dude, it's a national holiday for you and it's your daughter's birthday. Why are you here? But they're like, what's your podcast again? I'm like, it's LightSaber Radio. He's like, and it's just you? And I'm like, no, I have 2 other idiots with me. Why? And they're like, idiots. And I'm like,
speak for yourself on the idiots part, man.
Hey.
Wow, it goes back to what my brother said.
Right? Yeah. But Wednesday, there was a guy in the chat. His name was Jose. Did he say anything to you guys in the chat?
Yeah, he was like, I'm only here for CJ. And I was like, well, CJ's not here.
Yeah, that's my homeboy I work with. And he's like, where were you on Wednesday? I'm like, we kind of had a hectic situation. He's like, I tuned in just to BS with you. And I'm like, you work with me every day. Like, what do you got to say on the chat that you can't say to me in my face? Like, well, are you going to be there Saturday? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'll try and be up for it. But,
so it kind of sucks that y'all didn't watch them all because they were interesting. They were all really interesting shows. Like,
that's how I celebrated May the 4th.
Yeah, I watched a bunch of Star Wars all day, especially Visions. I watched Visions so far. I've watched it 3 times now because I actually got to watch a preview before it was released, and I only got to watch 6 episodes. Which sucked because the 3 episodes that I liked the best was not part of the 6 episodes I got to see. I'm like, why would you show me these other ones and not show me the good ones? But yeah, I don't know.
Let's go episode by episode because I think that's the best way to do it.
Well, it just sucks because CJ and them ain't got to see them yet. So, I guess me and Garrison will rate them, and then y'all can come back on Wednesday and y'all can give y'all a rating.
We can do that.
And we'll see if we're in the.
It was just really hard for me to get into it because it was just that first episode really kind of set me back, and I was like,
Well, you got to also remember every single one of these are made by a different company all around the world. It's not like in the first season, and I think that's what made the first season better than the second season. And I can't it's hard to even say that because it was just so much difference.
Well, the first season, it was like a mixture of it's Ronin, and then you turn around, it's a brother and sister. It's a woman's story.
But the anime style was all kind of closer to the same.
This second season was very female driven. Did you guys notice that? It was very. I
didn't really notice that it was.
It was. Like, if you
I thought it was more Sith driven than anything. There was every episode had to do with the Sith for some reason. Even the one episode where the cave one, where they go to the cave Screecher Reacher, I thought it was gonna be some amazing Jedi that came out and it was a Sith chick. Really?
And she was weird. She was kind of creepy when she first screamed. I was like, whoa.
No, I'm talking about you did notice that the chick that came to get him at the end when she found out at the end of it, she was a Sith too. What the hell?
She looked like a Sith. Yeah,
she was a Sith.
The first episode obviously is about that female character that was battling. A former Sith apprentice finds their peaceful life is threatened. Episode 2, a young girl out on an adventure with her friends.
Now that he mentions it, it was really
it was very.
Episode 3, 2 sisters who are the last of their kind fight for survival. Episode 4, a young pilot, Annie, embarrassed by her clingy mom, must team up with a wild madcapped academy. Episode 5, a hopeful mechanic delusioned Jedi team up, and obviously it was a female and male combo. Episode 6, there's a premier dancer, an Imperial Freaklet Cabernet is tested with her identity. as
That
compromised.
episode was crazy.
Like, episode 7
That
is
episode
pursued by
was
the Empire.
crazy.
Right.
She was dope.
Force-sensitive boy, or a boy and his force-sensitive sister seek refuge. Episode 8, a younger prisoner forced to dig kyber crystals by the Empire plans an escape for her and his people. And then 9, a child who longs...
And that's not even a good description of the episodes.
No.
It's not even
It's
close to being a
poorly-
good description of
It's
the episodes
poorly
because
written, but a lot of it's all female. Like, don't get me wrong.
That's true. It is very female heavy.
And
Yeah.
I don't mind that because, like, I mean, there's a lot of male-driven stories in Star Wars. We see it. You
I don't
look
know.
at
I
Bad
really
Batch.
didn't get that watching them though. Like really
Yeah,
watching them.
it didn't feel like it.
It didn't
I
feel
think-
like that.
Yeah, there's a tasteful way to do it. Like,
Yeah,
It was-
just,
to
the
me, it was
descriptions
just-
alone made it seem like it was just all female driven. So it's gonna deter a lot of people from it. Like you got to really describe
You gotta
the
watch.
story.
I mean, like I don't like.
I don't know. The world is
It didn't
pretty
feel
broad.
like
I think-
that to me. It feels
Right,
to
I
me.
agree.
To me, it really felt more Sith driven. Like like everybody was like really focused on the Sith.
Oh yeah, it was Sith and Empire. Like I read Empire out of the nine episodes, right? 9, I think.
Yeah, there's 9 episodes.
Yeah, out of the 9 episodes, at least 4 of them have the Empire in it, and then the
Yeah,
other
I
ones
think there
are
was
very
more than
Sith.
that.
But it
But
was.
I didn't really get that it was female driven. I mean, there was a lot of female characters in it, but I don't know. It was just because they're so different from each other. Like the first season kind of had some similarities. You know what I'm saying? They kind of, because they was all coming from Japanese anime, so they all had that. You know what I'm saying? They kind of,
Right.
they might not be the same, but it kind of you could tell the similarities in the animations from stuff that you might see on Toonami or something like that. This
Wow,
didn't give you that.
Toonami isn't a thing anymore. Why do you have to age me like that?
Right?
Well, but
Damn,
it's still
Kyle,
that animation
really hurts
style.
my feelings.
But this didn't feel like that. Every episode kind of felt like a whole new story to me, and so it was really interesting to see the thing. The Sith. Okay, let's start off with the Sith. We'll just go through each episode. The Sith was like, it was a good story. The sound effects, the music and everything was cool in it, but the fucking visuals was overwhelming. Like they put a lot into the visuals.
Yeah,
and
like I
that
said before, I felt
brushstroke-
like I should have been on shrooms to watch
Well,
it. Like,
if I can finish my statement though real fast before we hop into this. I don't like you said. I didn't get to watch them all, so obviously I don't know if they're very female driven. You say they're not.
I just didn't
think
get that.
Disney-
They might be. I just didn't get that type of.
Well, and that's
I didn't get
the-
that
well,
feeling.
and you're very you and Garrison are very like you watch and you biggest critic right here, Garrison. If Garrison's not openly stating that it's female driven, then it's obviously not because Garrison's gonna call it as he sees it. If an ace is an ace, then it's a fucking ace. But it just the way they described it. Like I said, it is very frustrating for them to describe something like that because there's a lot of people that are very against female-driven stories, and it's going to deter people from watching it. It's going to get a negative reflection. Me, personally, I don't care because it's fucking Star Wars, and I will take it as I get it. And yes, the first episode, to me, was a little too much, to the point where I shut it off halfway through and went and watched the Claymation one. But it's just they need to describe the stories better because if you look at season 1, the description in season 1 is a lot better than the descriptions in season 2.
I didn't even read. I mean, we read the descriptions on each one on Wednesday, but like I said, I had already seen 6 of them, so I was already knew that it wasn't the descriptions was not applying to what the actual show's about because the description ain't even close to what the actual stories is.
Disney
and then-
Plus
and
has
from
some bad
seeing-
descriptions, man.
Well, and that's what I'm trying to get at is like I think Disney needs to work on that because it can deter people from good quality product. Like if it's a good like the Youngling Adventures have better descriptions under their episode titles than this. And Visions, they were so popular in the first season, you're going to deter people from watching the second season because you poorly
I don't
wrote a
think-
description.
And I don't know,
Especially people that are fresh into this and like are trying to take that leap. If they read that description, they could be like, "Oh, that doesn't sound good." and then click it off. And I don't want that because that's not fair to those animation companies. You know, they deserve the shot of recognition. You know, because if it's really good story, what's to say that Disney's not like, hey, this was really well perceived. We're gonna give you a show. Like Ronin, I would kill for Ronin to have a show. Like a single season, you make it like 10 episodes, and it's just Ronin. I loved that story. Or The Elder. The Elder was a good one too. That could be a show.
The Elder definitely could have been a show.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Is like it. I think that's something Disney should do, and I hate to say this. I think it should be a competition for the best viewed show, and then they get a season.
Oh, we were talking about that on Wednesday. We were talking about like they should award like the best episode of Visions, like, and do a whole season off of it.
Yeah, just one season. You get one season, and then the next season of Visions, that top rated show, viewed show, gets another season. I think that would be smart. It would be. Obviously, it could be biased because one company could be a lot better than the other and pump out like 16 shows that are fucking amazing. But
So as of right now, Vision Seasons 2 is outrating Vision Seasons 1 on the Vision meter, on the meter
I
that
thought the
shows.
first one was better, but
I did too. I
again,
thought the first one was better.
I think it's mainly because overall, like, this season didn't have as many like of the really bad episodes. You know what I mean? So I think like just it averages out because season 1 had the best episodes we're ever going to see, but it also had some of the worst. And so I think it just averaged out. This one, even the worst were still like decent. So I think it just averaged better. You know what I mean?
like season 1, you had like 4 episodes that were just amazing, like amazing, and then the rest were like, you kind of stole that from Astro Boy, or you stole that from another, you know. But like this season, the only thing that I saw that was kind of like a grab was the claymation one. It was that's the only thing that
There's
I took
one
out of
other
this
one,
season.
but I'll talk about it when we get to it.
Okay. I was like, what I've seen and what I've read and what I've saw the previews of, like the only one that I could see that kind of looked like, it kind of like a knockoff grab was the claymation one that looks like Wallace and Gromit. But other than that, it was kind of like the same. Well, and episode 1 was kind of a animation style of Into the Spider-Verse kind of.
Yeah, first, it started like actually showing like actual like pictures of like what's happening later on. At first, it was just like colors all across the screen and going crazy, and I was like, dude, can we just like get past
It
this?
seemed like they focus more on the visual.
Yeah.
You know, what it kind of reminded me of a little bit was
Very visual.
you know, like in like oh man, my brain ain't working. Like one of the Japanese kung fu movies where they're, you know what I'm saying, they're like, it seems like they're doing everything like with a paintbrush. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like creating it as they're speaking it with a paintbrush. That's how I got that's the type of feeling that I got. Like,
I wish.
and then
it was
that's
more
also
like
how
that,
the
because
feeling
like
that I
those.
got with the dancer one. It just reminded me of like, to me it reminded me of like the one of the like, you know, where what's the name of the movie? I can't think of the name of the movie, but they're like when they're jumping out of the trees and all their robes and stuff is flying out behind them and they're doing the kung fu with the swords and everything. Kind of reminded me of that. Which is cool because I like that shit. I was like, cool, you know what I'm saying? It kind of reminded me of those type of like the animation style with the Sith was, it's brushstroke. It's like they're writing letters, you know. And then that one was like, Imperial Dragon, I think is the name of the movie. Well, one of the movies, you know, they got the robes and they're jumping out the trees and it got like the red trees and the white leaves and everything is like very, very colorful and you know their robes and stuff is flying out and they're like using part of their robes as their fighting utensils and pulling swords out just out of their, you know what I'm saying? That's what the spy dancer kind of gave me. Which, I mean, it was cool as shit, because that bitch was bad. She was fucking their asses up. And especially for that, really to not be a a Force inspired, because it really didn't have no Force characters in it. So that made that really interesting. I was like, dude, that's cool. But like the Sith one just was like,
let's
man.
do Kyle, we got to do episode by
Okay.
episode.
Let's do. So we'll start off with the Sith. Overall, I thought the Sith, it was good. The story was good because, I mean, it's something that we can relate to, a Sith trying to get away from, a apprentice trying to get away from a master. I thought it was very interesting.
Right.
I just didn't like the animation style. The animation style was just freaking like I said, it gave me a headache.
Yeah, I don't think the style itself was necessarily the problem, because once they got into like later, when they actually started fighting, it wasn't too bad. It was just they relied too heavily on the animation instead of, hey, let's get on with moving this story along. Right?
Yeah.
They relied too heavy on let's dazzle the audience with all these pretty colors and all this shit. Bro, I can see I own a fucking TV. Like I see these colors all the what the hell? I don't care. Let's move past it. So I think that it would have been a lot better if they didn't just spend the entire first 10 minutes of the episode her just walking through white while colors flash across the screen. It literally felt like I've never even taken shrooms, but I felt like I should be on shrooms.
Chris said that it was meant to be more of an art project than a solid story. The story wasn't bad, though. I mean, it was a
good
typical story.
That's why they should have focused more on it.
Focused more on the damn art than they did on the story. And I think that they had so much art in it that it took away from the story some.
Right. What did you rank it, I guess?
It wasn't the worst. I'd probably say a 6.
That's what I had it as.
I'd probably say a 6. It wasn't the worst. Then we had Screecher Reacher. I don't know. I kind of like Screecher Reacher. It was kind of scary. It had more that.
Yeah,
more
going into it at the beginning, with the kids and the animation type, I was like, dude, this is gonna suck. I'm not looking forward to this. Once they got into it, I was like, oh, this is a little bit better. I could see this. It's still not particularly my favorite, but it was it was passable, I guess.
Yeah, it was. To me, and I was right. I don't know. I kind of got that Goonies type feel,
Yeah, a little bit.
From it. I kind of got that typical teenage, let's go, explore some shit that. It just kind of gave me that type of story that, where let's go into this house and see what creepy stuff we can find, and then it'd be some really scary shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it just, I don't know. It just didn't seem like Star Wars to me. It just kind of seemed just this is, where did y'all get that this was even
very
anything that had to do with Star Wars?
This is just little kids.
It kind of, the only real Star Wars feel I got it in The Force Awakens with the Raftars. I kind of got, that's the only little kind of thing of Star Wars, this crazy fucking demon, screaming, which we found out was a old Sith lady that's been stuck in this damn cave or whatever. But it was kind of weird. I tried to relate it to other things, to get it, but I don't think the story stood very strong. It was not a bad story, but it's a story that we've seen a whole lot of times. It wasn't nothing.
It wasn't
new.
Special.
Yeah, there wasn't nothing special, and I rated this one a 5.
I would agree. Wow.
Yeah, I rated this one a 5. It was okay. The animation wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't terrible. I've seen way terrible and way worse animation than this.
Yeah, it was just okay.
Yeah.
But again, I think the reason it's better than the last season was because it wasn't bad. It was just
it was just it was there. Chris says he likes Screecher because it was a nice relief from traditional happy ending episodes. She thought she was getting way out, and the audience knew that it was going to end the way she should.
How did you know that she was a Sith?
How did I know?
Yeah.
Just when she came out, the way she talked, and then she had yellowish orange eyes. And just the way she was talking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a Sith chick. Like, holy crap, this is Sith. Like, you went through all that.
I thought she was just a really shittily portrayed Jedi.
No, she was a Sith.
I just thought, like, wow, these guys really suck at making Jedi. Like,
No, she was a Sith. So basically, he had to kill the Sith in order to become the apprentice of the Sith, kind of thing.
interesting.
In the stars, this was probably my lowest rated one. I didn't care too much for the claymation.
Really?
It was just really, it was wonky.
I
man.
told you claymation sucks, Kyle.
No,
You didn't
I
believe
love
me.
claymation, but to me, it was just wonky. It just was really.
It was very, very choppy.
It was like it didn't flow. It was hard to get the concept of what was going on, and it took away from the story. Not to say the story wasn't bad, because the story really wasn't bad. It was a decent story.
The story was actually, I thought, pretty good.
But it just was.
For what it was.
I don't know. I couldn't get into it because of the choppiness of the way that they did the claymation. It just wasn't fluent. Like Robot Chicken and stuff like that. Like it's
comedy.
funny
It
for the
doesn't
shit
need
to
to
be
be. Yeah, it
choppy.
doesn't
It's
need to
funny for it to be that way because it's comedic. This wasn't meant to be comedic, so it made it like just. It made it look funny. It made the story just weird, and it just like I think by the end of it, I feel like I was gonna throw up. Like, oh man, like my stomach is hurting now. Like,
He was just sitting.
like, oh,
No.
and it wasn't the story was good. I liked the story. It just was like it's so hard to deal with the visuals. You know, it was like, dude, I'm 2 in already or 3 in already, and I'm already I got a headache and my stomach is hurting. You know what I'm saying? This is not looking too good. But and this one, it was my lowest rated one, and I gave this one a 4.
Right. I rated it as a 5, and the reason being, like, okay, yeah, it was off to a really bad start. The story was decent. I didn't like she goes into this like big long monologue about what happened to their mom, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure your sister knows the story. Like
Yeah.
it was
Pretty sure
very
they were
obvious that you're telling it that you're trying to figure out a way to tell it to the audience, but you don't know how. So you're just having to repeat the story to her sister. The redeeming quality for me that brought it above a 4. It had incredible music. Like the
music was incredible.
Like, wow. It brought, like, the music was, I'm usually not a big music guy. Like, music's important. Music's super important to a movie, but it's not like the end all be all. This one, it redeemed it a bit for me. It made me care a little bit more than I otherwise would have. The music really stuck out to me in this one, so that's why I'd give it a 5.
Star Wars
Real
team leader
fast.
called me a racist.
Real fast though, team leader. I'll join in tonight. If we're playing squadrons, I'll play. Sorry.
Just called me a
He did.
racist. He just said yellow eyes,
Yellow
so they
eyes.
have to be the Sith. You're
Yeah.
racist. No, it's just the way that she was talking. You could tell she was a Sith. Like the way she was talking, the way she looked, she was a Sith.
I didn't like her.
I could
As soon as
spot
she
a
walked
Sith.
off, she was weird looking. I thought they were just like, wow, they really suck at making Jedi. In this
No, she was a
video,
Sith.
But that's, yeah, I can kind of see it. All right, the next
Chris
one.
says, hold up. Chris says the little girl's demeanor just didn't fit the story. Like the older sister was being realistic about their situation, and the little girl just pissed me off.
She
I
was-
got that on a
I'll
lot of these
fight
episodes.
them.
I got that
I'll
on a
fight
lot of
them.
these episodes because when we get to what's the other one? What the hell is it called? The Band of Gallic.
The bandits
Yeah, I
and
felt the same way. Like, you little, why you
like
keep
that
using the force, you little stupid bitch? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get y'all killed. But we're moving on. Let's move on to the next one. I Am Your Mother.
I like
Like,
that
I
one.
didn't-
This one I watched, so I can actually talk about this one.
I wasn't too like.
It was exactly what I said it would be, right, Kyle?
Yeah, you did say that
I
on Wednesday.
Predicted exactly. It's a movie we've seen a billion times.
But it was kind of relatable because we've all been in that position with our parents. Like, oh, you're embarrassing me. Why are you
That's
here?
why we've
Like,
seen it
oh,
so
God.
often, because it's so relatable. We've
It
made
was
this
very
story 1,000
relatable.
times. It's a tale as old as time. It's a tale as old as parenthood.
This was my 8th favorite episode, or the last. You know, it wasn't 9. 9 was the claymation one. This one was like number 8. like it was relatable. It was cool. The music was good. The sound effects was all good. Everything was cool. The story was cool, but it's like Garrison said, we've heard it a whole bunch of times. We've seen this a lot of times. The reason that I didn't put it number 9 because it was relatable. I could relate to it because I've been in those situations. I know I put my kids in those situations, so it was very relatable to me.
Yeah, you seem like a hella embarrassing dad. I'm just kidding.
My kids actually like
I'm
when I
just
come
playing
around.
with you. I'm just playing.
My
with
dad
you.
was my dad was born in 1939. He showed up to the thing in some Daisy Dukes on with a damn. Show up to my school, you got Daisy Dukes on with a damn shirt tied up in the front, and you wearing the like, dude, what the hell you got on? Oh God,
Hell
don't get out the
yeah.
car. Don't get out the car. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh, everybody does see it now. I love the shit out of my
I
dad,
sent
but
that
it's like,
invite
dude,
to
what
him later.
But yeah, that to me it was just I don't know.
It
Like
was
you said, it was just
definitely
it's been done so many times. It just other than it being relatable, it didn't have much to offer. The story was cool, you know what I'm saying, but it's not a story that we haven't seen before. The claymation type of like the animation there was more like claymation, but you could tell it was animated. Wasn't bad, you know. The characters kind of, was kind of looking funny.
Those bitchy like mother and daughter,
Snobby Imperial.
Yeah.
looking
snobby
motherfuckers.
ones. I was like, wow, they reminded me of someone I know. I'm not gonna say who it is. But they reminded me very much of someone I know.
But yeah, so it wasn't terrible. It just wasn't good neither. It was just, So I gave that one a 5.
Yeah, I had it as a 5 too. It was just very whatever. I did notice the Wedge Antilles in it though.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I was
it
like-
made me
I was
so
like,
happy. I was
Tori.
like, look, he's finally getting his acknowledgement.
That's what I was like. Sounds like he's doing pretty well, even though Luke took all the credit.
What killed me is that like the Jawa takes the fucking the power core for it.
Yeah.
It made me laugh. I was like, damn Jawas. Thieving little shits.
All right. Then Journey to the Dark Head, by far the best one. Like,
Yes.
very, very good. Really,
It was
brought
the
back
only
Star
one that-
Wars for me.
It was the only one that truly felt like Star Wars to me.
Yeah.
Like I really feel like it gave me such a nostalgia. I was just happy. I was like, dude, this is cool. This is just and the fight scene.
Right.
It was like that samurai animation fight scenes where the quick camera jumps, that just as they fly across the room to each other. That's how I see Sith and Jedi fighting. You know what I'm saying? I don't see this, like it kind of gave me more that anime, the Obi-Wan, Anakin type fight vibe. You know what I'm saying? Where it's really intense and it's really powerful, and I don't know. This is the one. This was my favorite one. I actually rated this one a 9. I really liked it.
My only problem with it, to be honest, was I wish it was longer.
Yeah.
Like I wish, like it just felt a little bit rushed. I wish, like it was so good. I want more of that story, and so like I put it as an 8, just because I wish they would have done a little bit more with it.
Yeah. It was familiar to me. Well, I think Chris even says it. Yeah, it felt familiar. Anime. It
was
felt like
familiar,
something
but
that
still a new story.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about it felt like if I was downstairs and my son was watching anime on something,
yeah.
it felt like that. It felt more of that, you know what I'm saying, that just awesome
style,
shit that
that
anime
visual,
does.
yeah.
It gave you that feeling, but then it had the Star Wars vibe, you had the Sith and the Jedi, it taught a lesson.
It truly had the best of anime with the best of Star Wars.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was like, dude, this is like, I watched it twice in a row just because I was like, dude, did I see that right? Is these feelings correct? Like, let me rewatch this again. And I was like, yep, I'm right. This is dope.
Yeah,
this is super dope.
That's the kind of what I'm looking for when I'm looking at Visions, because it has the best that anime can offer and the best that Star Wars has. You know what I mean?
Like, dude, I think this would be my equivalent to the last season's the Elder.
I think the Elder was better. The Elder was better.
The Elder was better. but it was right there with them. Well, I don't even know if it's better because I rated them exactly the same because I gave the Elder a 9 too. So they were on the same level to me. Like, dude, this would be something that I could watch an entire animated season, anime season off of. I would be enthused to watch this type of storytelling.
Right.
And dude, the lightsabers clashing together. And the sound effects were so spot on. I said, man, dude, y'all need to fire these editors. Wherever these editors are, hire them permanently to come edit all your guys' stuff.
Seriously, some of the visions were better than Mando. I swear to
God. Like, it was so dead on. Like, you could hear the lightsaber swing and the clash. It was just so spot on. Like, dude, oh, God, this is so good. Yeah, I was pretty excited about this one. And I didn't even think I was going to I didn't, like, reading the description of it.
I thought
I didn't even think I was going to like this. I was like, this is going to be stupid. And it blew my mind. It really did. I really enjoyed it.
I was kind of hung up on the head part. I'm like, what's so important about head? I mean, I love head as much as the next guy. But why are we...
Tori's like, really? Tori, y'all being awfully quiet today.
I'm just listening.
Yeah,
y'all got to go watch them. Y'all really got to sit down and watch all 9 of them. Y'all have to.
I have the TV going
try.
right now, and I'm listening, but I'm also...
Yeah, definitely. Y'all got to go watch them because y'all will be pleasantly surprised. I was really pleasant. I didn't think I was going to like none of this shit. I thought it was going to be terrible. And I told Garrison on Wednesday I thought it was going to be terrible just because there was so many different studios doing it that it wasn't going to have like no linear, like not even the story being linear, but at least the same type of anime was going to be all jumping around everywhere and all kind of weird. And then the description just sucked. So I told Garrison, even though I had already seen 6 of them, I told Garrison that I wasn't going to like them because that's what I wrote down originally before I seen the 6 that I got the little sneak peek of. But yeah, this like it really blew my mind on how well they did. The next one is Spy Dancer, and I enjoyed this one. I like this one because like I said, it gave you that Japanese or the Chinese. Like martial arts film type of thing. It didn't have no force in it, which I'm like sometimes you get out just overwhelmed by everything having a force in it. And this didn't have the force in it. It had the story was great. You know what I'm saying? You could see that actually happen, that the Empire, took her kid and then everything that was happening. But the overall, like her using her robe to, battle the stormtroopers and the Empire and the droid and just everything that was going on. It was very well thought out. This was probably my 4th favorite. And I gave this. Yeah, I liked it. It was like, damn, why can't I think of the name of the movie? Somebody help me here.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah, like that. That type of feel. You know what I'm saying? It had that type of environment, which was cool. And the chick, that chick was dope. She was fucking them fools up. She was dope as shit.
You were just intrigued because she was a stripper, Kyle. I mean, I'm just kidding.
I don't even care that she was a stripper. She was just badass.
She wasn't really a stripper, even. I think she was more like a dancer.
Yeah, but she was badass. And the way that she was flipping around and putting the little things on their things to track them, and they didn't have no idea what was happening, and then she just lost her fucking mind and started fighting everybody because she seen her kid and. Like, that shit was phenomenal. The story was good. It was just really, really good. And this was probably my, I don't know, I think it tied for my 3rd, 4th, because, yeah, it was right there, 3rd, 4th of my favorites. I rated this a 7.5.
Wow. I rated it as a 5. I just thought, like, yeah, some of it was cool. I don't know. I was bored that episode. I don't know. Just wasn't my cup of tea. I was kind of bored the whole time. I get what you're talking about with like the kung fu-ness of it, but like that was all it was to me. I wasn't as invested in the story. I didn't really care about this dance club thing, and I don't know. I just didn't care.
I don't know. I liked it. I just to see the everything that was going on, what she was doing, and then it just when she lost it and knew that was her son. Was just dope. Thanks, Creamy Peach. He just gave us $1.50. He gave us super sticker.
Super sticker.
Yes.
Yeah, I just thought it was
Hold
very.
on, whoa. Is that our first one?
Yep, that's our very first
our
one.
very
Creamy
first one?
Peach, you are our very first.
Wow, you
super
are
sticker.
the very first one, man. That's awesome.
But yeah,
I'm sorry, it just caught me off guard. It was just like, what?
it was very. This was very like I was enthralled. I was just like, wow, this is just really, really cool. You know what I'm saying? And the story was good. You could see the Empire taking people's kids, doing fucked up shit.
Right.
And it just was, it brought back, it was probably my second one that made me feel like I was watching something that had to do with Star Wars. Like, really, this is a point where somebody just got fed up to the point with what the Empire was doing.
Right.
And they just got tired. You know, they just got tired of it, and they was like, "You took my kid. I'm getting revenge now." And she damn near kills everybody.
you
I
up.
think.
Yeah.
So I gave it a 7.5. I liked it. Okay, what'd you give it again? A 5?
Yeah, I gave it a 5. I don't know. It just wasn't my cup of tea. The next
Bandits
one,
of Garlic.
Okay, I'm sorry, bro. We're going in, and she's using the Force like an idiot. But then they go through this scene where they're running away from the guards, and I'm sorry. Immediately, what popped in my head was, "Gotta keep one jump ahead of the bread line, one swing ahead of the sword." I was like, "We're Aladdin."
Only what I can't afford.
It kind of had that vibe,
I
though.
thought we were in Aladdin for a fat minute. Like, oh my gosh.
Now the old lady though, at the end, the story was good because you know the brother's trying to keep her from using the Force and drawing the attention to him. He's trying to get her to this place. He don't know why. She don't know why they're going to this place. They just was told to go there. And then the old lady, when the old lady fights the Inquisitor dude, that shit was kind of dope. That old lady was pretty bad for being a billion. You know what I'm saying? She was like the same age as Yoda. And she was pretty dope. And then I liked it that they didn't make it like super crazy when she killed him.
Right.
Like it was just a little gash on the throat. That was it. And he just talking, and the next thing you know, he's like, bloop. I enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite, so this was the one that I tied with 30 and 4 because I liked the overall storyline. I liked where it was going. And I gave it a 7.5 too, and a lot of it was, it was good. It was a good story. It had a good thing. I liked that they had like the little comedic part where the dudes is fighting. You know, you see a encampment of people. You're gonna have people getting into arguments. It had a realist form. You know, it was kind of realistic. You know, you could see these things actually happen in like real life. You know, this is stuff that you would see like in a homeless encampment or something like that. So, and then for her to step in. It was the one that kind of drew the heartstrings the most with me because he had to let his sister go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was kind of, you know, it was kind of hard for him to be able to do that. So it was cool. You know,
and it was like, it got me emotionally invested for a short episode. I still felt like, oh my gosh, he has to let her go. Like I still felt something there, even though it was such a short episode.
Yeah, the animation was cool on this one too. It looked more realistic.
Very good animation.
It was very good It looked more realistic, and it just had a more. It was. I thought they used like Unreal Engine or something to make this shit. Like I was sitting there like, damn, did they use Unreal Engine? Because this shit looked realistic as hell. You know, for animation, this is probably the most realistic that you're gonna get in animation with it still being animation. So it was good. Yeah, I liked it. Another thing is when the lightsaber clashes, whoever was their editors, dude, that shit was spot on. Like you could hear, it was just perfect. Like, dude, man, Disney, hire some of these people for reals. They're way better than whoever you got doing your editing now.
Seriously though.
I mean, they did an excellent job. So this was the one that I put it for number 3 because I gave it a 7.5 too. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I gave it a 7. Besides,
The Inquisitor's name has to be
the only
Jafar.
problem is I felt a little bit racist because I was like, I swear I'm watching Aladdin during like the
It did
the
have that, but
escape
you
scene,
know,
and I was like, am I racist for like thinking of Aladdin this entire time? Because
Yes.
It was kind
Just
of,
because
but
you
you know,
had to
they
ask-
had the
just 'cause you
chick
had
with
to
the
ask,
dot on her
yes.
The
forehead.
bad
It was
guy
very
even looked
Indian
like Jafar.
vibe. It was
The
very
bad guy-
Middle Eastern
Yes.
vibe.
The Inquisitor literally looked like Jafar. I was like, this is Aladdin. I swear it's Aladdin.
It did have a lot of the aspects of it, so you know what I'm saying. Like, I mean, the little girl had the dot on her forehead. She, you know, it was just, it had that feel. So I can understand where you felt that way.
Well,
The
I mean,
Inquisitor
they are made by
even
the
looked
same
like
company.
Jafar. Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. I don't think that's racist, just because it, you know what I'm saying.
No, I was
it
just joking.
compares.
It's not racist.
Just because you have to ask, it is now. Just because you have to ask. That's just
now
how
the-
society is now. I'm sorry. You have
The
to
pit-
deal with it. Jesus.
The pit was kind of
not my favorite.
yeah. It like the story was cool.
I like showing how like the Empire's terrible and bad, but like
It just
Yeah,
didn't.
it was
It didn't
just-
offer much. The the
was
music that
kinda
they had in
boring.
Insecure was cool. The saying, you know, with them just screaming out of the hole, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
come to the light. Come
Yeah,
to
it
the
was kind of
light.
cool. You know, like you could really see the Empire doing people like this, and just, you know, like, you're about to die in this hole because we're not going to get you out of here. But I didn't like the way that they killed the dude. I thought that was just like, dude, that's just so messed up. They just threw him back in the hole and like this dude. But
That's what I would have done. That was cold. I like that.
like, at least
It was
shoot him
oh, that's
first, so when he
cold.
hits the ground, you know what I'm saying, it's not like when he hits the ground, it's not he doesn't die. Then like, shoot him first and then throw him back in there. Like, this was gonna happen if you try to get out, type thing. But it just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't offer much to me. This was my 7th episode in my pick of the. I mean, it still was a good story. It was cool, you know what I'm saying, that they were searching for kyber crystals, that the way that the Empire treated people and stuff like that. But, and then the time lapse thing that they was doing was just kind of a waste of time. I didn't see a lot into that. It's like, y'all could have just jumped past all this part and it would have made no difference. Like, oh, there's a city here and y'all are stuck in this hole because y'all got the kyber crystals to build the city. That was kind of, it didn't make sense to me a little bit, because it's like, dude, first off, the Empire's not going to be looking for kyber crystals to build a city. They're going to be looking for kyber crystals to give to the Emperor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not going to build a city. So it kind of didn't make a lot of sense. I rated this one. The animation was cool. It was, you know what I'm saying, it was good. The sound effects was good. The music was pretty cool in it. So I rated it a 6. I gave it a 6. It wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best neither.
Yeah, I had it as a 4.
Also, you rated this one, though, your worst one, huh?
No, this was not my worst one.
Oh, then I know what your worst one was.
It just I just thought this one was incredibly boring. Like, the entire episode was him just trying to get, like, this whole episode could have been done in like 5 minutes. Like, it just
Yeah.
felt like, who
Well, the
cares?
time lapse was like 7 minutes long. It was
Dude.
It was like,
That's
why
what
is
I
this time
mean.
lapse? So it's supposed to be a time lapse. A time lapse supposed to speed shit up. Why is it
Yeah.
taking so long?
And like, I don't know, like, come to the light. It just felt like, really, come to the light. I don't know. It just felt really
Come to the
dumb.
light, Carol Ann. Come
Yeah,
to the light.
It just felt dumb.
Yeah, so it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't nowhere close to my favorite.
Yeah.
Now, this is the one that
The
me
song.
and Garrison
We disagree on.
we disagree on, because I don't know what it was about this episode, but this episode like just struck the shit out of me. I really, really enjoyed IU's song. It was, I don't know why I enjoyed it so much. I can't explain it. I just liked it.
Dude,
It
they
almost
looked
was my
teddy
number
bears.
one.
I thought I was watching Teletubbies for a second.
I don't know.
they
Maybe
looked
it's
like
just the
teddy
big
bears.
kid in me. You know what I'm saying? I could just see myself sitting there and watching this with my grandkids and just enjoying it. It just, and like it was probably the least Star Wars one out of all of them. Like, it just wasn't Star Wars to me at all. It just
Dude,
was
it felt
weird,
like
but it really
Disney.
felt Space Care Bears. I don't know. It kind of did, but I really liked it. But it just couldn't beat out the Dark Head. You know what I'm
Sing this
saying? It just
magic
couldn't do it.
song.
I don't know. I just liked it. I liked it a lot.
Crystals.
I gave it an 8. I enjoyed it. I liked it. It was.
I'll give you
I
one
don't know
guess
why.
what I
I can't
gave it.
explain why. It just made me feel good to watch it. I really feel good. I enjoyed it, and I gave it an 8.
I'll give you one guess what I gave it.
Like a
Negative
2.
I gave it a 1, bro.
Oh, you gave it a 1?
I hated it, bro. Oh my
Creamy
god.
Pete says, are CJ and Tori guests on the podcast? No, they didn't watch it.
They didn't watch the episode.
No, we didn't watch it. We're normally here. Sorry, Creamy Pete.
We're slacking.
So we're going to be talking
It's not-
about it
it's
again
not-
on Wednesday so we can
It's
get their
not
point of view.
necessarily slacking per se, because our daughter was born on May 4th, so it was kind of more of a day of spending with her. We watched one thing, which was Carrie Fisher's star announced, like her star on the Hollywood Walk, and then we just had the rest of the day with her, and we didn't really get to watch it much. So you will hear our reviews on Wednesday, and you may like them, you may not.
So that's what we're going to do on Wednesday. We're going to talk about that, and then Garrison's going to have to go watch
Yeah.
Young Jedi Adventures because he ain't watched it. I liked it. Young Jedi Adventures is dope to me. I think all adults should
I
watch
loved it.
It was great. I liked it. It brought out the kid in me. I was like, oh, this is so cool. And it wasn't like for it to be a show based for toddlers. There was a lot of learning that you could do even as an adult. It kind of put you back into touch with some of those things. You should help people. You should be kind. You should, put others before yourself type stuff. It was good. I liked it.
All good things. Yes.
All good things. It was very good. I like the fact that Yoda was in it. That the stories, and it was just very good. It made me feel good. So yeah, definitely. And we'll be talking about that on Wednesday. So that's the two things we're gonna talk about on Wednesday. We'll get Tori and CJ's outlook on their visions, and then we'll all talk about Tales.
I love Tales. So far, what I've seen from Tales, I love, I adore it.
Or not Tales, Young Jedi Adventure. Where do I get Tales from? I'm over here on a whole different series.
Either way, I loved both of them, and
Yeah.
you'll hear either one, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I liked it.
Young Jedi Adventures was cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even the shorts that they dropped, like prelim to the actual show. Like I said, it didn't matter what my kids were doing. The second I put that on the damn TV, they were all on it. There was no stopping them from watching it. And it was like, really, guys?
Like I
This is
said,
what gets
me and
you?
my brother-in-law is 51. I'm 45, and we're sitting there watching this, and we're like, "Oh man, that's cool." Look at the little pirate dude. He funny. You know what I'm saying? Look at it was and the stuff.
I like the
there's a lot.
Gamorrean.
There
I
was
like the
yes,
Gamorrean,
there's a
like-
lot of little bitty Easter eggs in it that is very, very cute that adults will catch.
Maybe I'll give it a try.
Star Wars team leader
just
said, "I
kidding.
missed them too. Don't feel bad. The 4th was a busy day. It is. It was.
Yeah,
The
team
4th
leader.
was busy.
I saw your post, team leader. You were pretty freaking
were,
busy, man.
yeah.
You're out of everybody that I saw that I follow on Facebook. You were probably the busiest person. He was dressed to the nine. He had his own little booth going.
He had like 4 helmets.
Yeah, he was showing up for Star Wars on friggin' the 4th. It was awesome, and I loved seeing it. Man. It was awesome. It's too bad I didn't get to see it in person, but I mean, the fact that you went out and did it and had people around was awesome.
You know what? We skipped the Hothbreaker today.
We did.
Do you have a
That's all right.
Hothbreaker?
No, we didn't even do one. We just went right into Vision.
We
It's
were
okay.
excited, okay?
Yeah, this
It
was
good.
exciting. I hope that I honestly hope that they come out with more Visions. I'm really enjoying Visions. I enjoyed the first season. I enjoyed this season.
Yeah.
I like seeing the different things.
I'm
I
liking
think this
Visions.
one, what made it a lot better with this season of Visions, because we kind of knew going in. Last season, we kind of didn't know. So we didn't know what to expect. We kind of knew what this is expect. This isn't Star Wars. This is just animations and claymations and different things, and it's a whole different story, and it doesn't really have anything to do with Star Wars. And it's kind of fun. It was fun to just get a break from the monotony of the normal Star Wars that we're so used to. It's a good break, and I think that they should do more of them. I really do. I really enjoy watching them. They're fun. And I think they should do
agree.
more tales so we can get more of the backstories of some of the characters that we love. That doesn't have to be all super serious. Give some of the backstories. It was cool to see that when Dooku stuck into the archives to change the thing. It was cool to see that stuff. They don't need to make some big production movie based on that whole character. Just give us little snippets of that and let us see that. and then we can kind of get the backstory. It doesn't have to be a 3-hour-long movie about it. A 15-minute little episode, we got the whole point.
It was good.
And and I'm not, you know, I've said it plenty of times. I'm a big kid. I love animation, so you know what I'm saying. It really sparks the kid in me. It really brings me back to the Star Wars vibe. Watching Visions is kind of like watching A New Hope for the first time again, because you didn't know what to expect. You didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know anything about what Star Wars at that point, and Visions kind of gives you that, because it's something totally new. And then with them having all the different studios doing it, you know what I'm saying, everybody's bringing something new to the table. Even though it's a story that's already been told a million times in something in different ways, them bringing it to the Star Wars and putting it into Star Wars is kind of exciting. It kind of gives you...
Yeah. Definitely a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, it was very pleasant. I'm very, very happy with season 1 and season 2. I really am. And I didn't think I was gonna like them because I thought that they was gonna ruin Star Wars. Like, you're gonna ruin Star Wars and you're gonna make a bunch of bullshit that don't mean anything. But to just get away from the same old thing, it's exciting and it's fun, and it brings you back to being a kid. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think we all should go back to being kids for a little bit, and, you know, maybe we'll get out of our own heads sometimes and get back into just having fun. And that's what these episodes were. They were just a lot of fun. They were very fun episodes. And the stories was good. It's crazy to sit back and think about season 1 of Visions and season 2 of Visions. The stories are like, man, Disney, take some fucking notes, motherfucker. Write some good stories. These motherfuckers is 15 minutes long and doing better than your whole fucking movie. You know what I'm saying? Your 2 hours fucking whole series is just fucking, I'd rather watch this 15-minute episode than a whole series of some of the garbage y'all put out. Quit trying to fucking just make your own shit. Make it fun. Make it where we can enjoy Star Wars again. Dude, and that's the crazy thing. Like, I thought about that when I was watching Visions. Like, dude, I really think I can imagine George sitting there watching this like, this is good. This would be something that I would write. You know what I'm saying? I would write something like this. I got that type of feeling. Like, George would have made these. Like, this would be something that George would have made. Just some fun and exciting and just different. You know what I'm saying? Just because he could.
Definitely.
It didn't give me that, you know, I don't know. They're a lot of fun. So do we got some news and rumors other than Carrie Fisher? Because we all know about Carrie Fisher.
Yes, I do.
All right, let's hit the fucking button.
Hit the button.
This is Alton Castle for the only news you need, the HoloNet News.
Okay, so Hasbro has dropped an assload of toys.
Well, I figured they would.
Legendary Sith Malgus.
Ooh, shit!
Black Series.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing on the next season of Sway. Where we're doing the Siege, which is all about the dope ass dope.
There's a 4-pack for the Mando season or Boba Fett pack. It is one of the Pike syndicates, a Tusken Raider, Cad Bane, and then you get Din Djarin. They are giving us a General Grievous, battle-torn General Grievous. Mm-hmm. They're giving us his Praetorian, not his Praetorian guards, but his guards, his Magna guards.
Magna Guard, yeah.
You can get his Magna guards. They are giving us the Book of Boba Fett Luke training Grogu set. Comes with Luke, Grogu, and a couple rocks in a pond.
Yay.
Yeah. Woohoo! They're giving us a collector series. Comes with a coin. Ewoks. You get Wicket and Kaz I can't say her name.
Kazakhstan.
No, Kanisa. And they're both like Black Series size figures, but they come with collector's coins.
Yes.
She likes her. Never mind.
What are the collector's coins for?
They're
Just to be cool.
Just to be a thing, I guess.
So it's kind of like how my Wicket pop, it was a special edition one, so it came with a special edition pin.
Oh, okay.
And how there's some of the Hasbro toys that are out there. You can get some Knight Brothers and stuff like that have a credit with them. It's essentially just another collector's item with
Gotcha.
your collector's item. And I love the fact that it's from the Ewoks. Their own little like movie series is finally getting recognized.
Black Series Axe Wolf's electronic Hasbro Black Series helmet. Finally. Another Mandalorian helmet to add to the collection. And then we are getting Clone Wars Season 3 Ahsoka Tano in a Black Series figure. And if I go back to the thing, because she sent me a bunch of them, and then I have to go back to my guy here. You can now start finding Phase 2 clone helmets at Target. Finally. I'm going to come on with a helmet, and I'm going to get
Like
yelled at.
full-on helmets.
Yep, full-blown helmets. And then Walmart has now officially dropped Season 2 of Bad Batch figures. That poor shelf is going to be full of Bad Batch characters. But that...
Also, keep your eyes out at Target. They're doing a whole... They should have end caps for the 40th anniversary of Return. They have end caps that have Ewok backpacks. They got a cool fanny pack that has Wicket on a speeder, and he is hanging on for dear life. It's hilarious. They have just a shit ton of stuff that has come out for the 40th anniversary. Check your local Targets. So for news, Felicity Jones did say in an interview that Jyn Erso will not be back, or will not be in Season 2.
I actually agree with that. That's probably a good thing.
To me, it's totally fine.
She says that
That's
she
fine.
loves the character. She would love to be the character. However, it was a very taxing character to play. She had to do martial arts training for a long time before filming even started. It was very hard on her body. But she loves the character. She would love to see her revamped, but it's not happening in Andor.
Yeah. Hey, I
but this
love
is
Rogue One, but that's
now,
the right call.
Now, here's my rebuttal to that. There's 162 articles that have been written about Jyn Erso's return and Felicity Jones coming back. And we
Maybe
see
she's
what
pulling
happens
Qui-Gon.
That's true.
when they put out a bunch
Look
of
at their
fucking
track
news about
record.
them not coming back. What happens? They come back.
Come
Maybe
back.
she's pulling a Qui-Gon Jinn. Where
They
Liam
did it with
Neeson
Qui-Gon
was like,
Jinn. They did it with Daisy Ridley. They've
Hold
done
on,
it with
hold on.
Finn.
in TV
What if she...
shows.
Hold on. What if she's not going to be a part of it?
But
But
they're
she's going to
bringing-
get her own show.
Well, this is what
Please,
her
no.
exact words was. This was her exact words. I'm afraid to say I won't be back, but I still have high hopes for Jyn Erso at some point to make a comeback. But no, sadly, I won't be. That is basically she's saying she's not going to be in the show.
Oh, don't recast her.
They might be recasting her.
Don't recast her. If you're gonna recast anyone, just don't recast her, please.
But at the same time, we've seen this happen so many times with Disney. They haven't said, "Oh no, I'm not coming back." They haven't approached me. They haven't said nothing to me about it. They blah 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 blah. And then next thing you know, we see them in the episode, or we see them when they got their own damn show. So, or a whole new movie coming out about them. So I don't take that. I would tell everybody to take that with a grain of salt. I looked it up. There's 160. It was either 64 or 69. Articles about her being asked to come back, or if she's going to come back, or blah 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 blah. And this is over the last couple months. So
That's true. With their past,
yeah,
evidence. That's a pretty good point.
I believe she's going to pop up in Andor next season. Watch.
hope
That's what I think is going to happen.
But at the same time, we also know Andor doesn't follow the same formula as the rest of Star Wars has.
Yeah, that's true,
It's
because
not
Tony
nearly as
Gilroy be
cheesy
on his own.
and
He does his own
fan-servicey.
thing.
It's not
Yeah.
nearly as cheesy and fan
Tony
servicey.
Gilroy
So that's
won't give
why
a
I'm
fuck.
still like,
Tony Gilroy is the man.
Yeah, Tony Gilroy, he doesn't follow the same rules. But I don't know. It just that's a whole lot of time for them to be bringing her to have an article, or for them to be bringing up her for her not to show up somewhere. I have a
Right.
feeling she's coming somewhere.
So the official Star Wars timelines book has dropped. However, it has just fucked all of Favreau's shit up. So when there was
Favreau's full of shit.
Well, so when there was the huge questions about timelines, and Favreau and Filoni came out and was like, hey, this is the timeline of where Mando sits, where Book of Boba Fett sits, in all of the timeline of Star Wars, they said this is where it sits. Well, Favreau said that it had been 0 to 2 years since the end of season 2 of Mando. In between Din passing Grogu off to Luke, and then them being reunited in Book of Boba Fett. Said 2 years. Between 0 to 2, more than 1 though. The guide, however, is now claiming that 0 time has passed. That the events of both Season 1 and Season 2, including the Book of Boba Fett, the guide labels them all as happening within the year 9 AB, after the Battle of Yavin, the same year the show's first events happened. So now the official Star Wars timeline is taking what the creators have said and said, oh yeah, no, fuck them.
Yeah, so who fucked up? The creators or the Star
According
Wars
to
timeline?
the timelines, it has been
Who made the
for
timeline?
months. Disney.
Yeah, I don't
Disney
believe
sucks.
Disney.
Both
According
of
to
them,
the timeline,
they all
Disney
fucked
can
up.
pound sand.
it has been only a mere months that have passed between Grogu and Din's emotional goodbye in the season 2 finale and their reunion during Book of Boba Fett. However, the show's producer, Jon Favreau, had previously stated that it had been more than 1 year that the bounty hunter and the child had been apart.
Bounty Honey.
Bounty honey.
Daddy.
His exact words were, I don't know if I said many years. It's probably about the real time that we've experienced it. So it was at the end of season 2 when they said goodbye. We checked in on Book of Boba Fett about a year ago when they parted company again, and now he rejoined in The Mandalorian. So I think somewhere in there, more than 1 and less than, so somewhere between 0 and 2 years.
I guess
His
went
answer
a
was
lot more on the
wishy-washy,
zero
though
side.
the clear indication here is that season 3 is at least a sizable amount of time after Grogu went with Luke. So there is no
Interesting.
Star Wars timeline.
Interesting.
We're living in an alternate universe.
Well, I think we knew that. Disney's
Nothing is
that's one of their
ever
biggest
solid.
problems. They're disorganized and
They don't know what
incoherent.
the hell they're doing.
Just
Yeah.
think of a number and say yes. That's
Yes,
it.
Daddy.
Yes, Daddy.
Okay. The only thing that I had was today is Free Comic Book Day. If you go to your local comic book shop, it's the first Saturday in May. And Dark Horse Comic has came out with a brand new release of Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures. And it was written by Daniel Jose Older. And the series is you can go to any of your local comic book shops and get a free comic book today. It's the first Saturday of May every year. So if you are into the comics, go to the comic book store and get you your free comic today.
There is a rumor going around currently stemming from somebody who worked in Disney or works in Disney that they are already making plans for season 3 of Visions.
Okay.
That's good. They need to come out with more visions.
And
Visions is good.
this is both good news and bad news. Unfortunately, we still have Daisy Ridley. But
That is a terrible way to approach that, but yeah, I agree.
That's someone you should recast. I'm just kidding. Don't recast.
So,
No, she wasn't the
actually-
problem.
Disney thought about it. For the 2025 movie, they nearly replaced Disney Ridley with an older actress to make Rey older.
You should do that.
Just depends on who that older actress is.
Yeah.
So
Because if
just
it's a terrible
scrap-
actress,
None of those episodes exist. They don't exist.
It's
I don't know. You never know.
Place.
I don't want to. I'm not gonna sit back and say that the movie's gonna be bad because the movie could actually be good. It wasn't Daisy Ridley's fault that the movie was bad. It was the writers of the movies
definitely
that made the movies bad.
So
They coulda just-
according-
So it just depends on who writes the movies. This could be a phenomenal movie. Like I don't have a problem with Daisy Ridley as an actress. She did a good job playing the part.
Okay,
Just
I'm
was
bad.
like She did a good job being Ray. It's just who the hell is Ray? You know what I'm saying?
Do you want to
I'm
know who
back.
they're going to replace her with?
So, first of all, the 2025 movie was initially supposed to be set 60 years after the rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Here's where I'm mad. They had Helen Mirren, the goddess herself, in their sights for the Star Wars, to introduce her into the Star Wars universe and give us Jedi Helen Mirren, and they decided against it.
They probably couldn't get her to come on the damn show. You know, a lot of actors refuse to work with Disney or Star Wars. They say
Well,
it's there was
except
actually a
she's
whole
been-
article that they asked like The Rock. They asked like a whole bunch of different
Disney
actors,
sucks
and
Except
they
she
say
had
it's
made- she had
it's
made
basically-
comments.
The Rock works for Disney a lot.
yeah. But I'm talking about for doing a Star Wars project. They say Star Wars period is like a death to your career. A lot of people won't do Star Wars.
Well, Helen Mirren had come out several years ago because somebody had said something about it, and she's like, you know what? Star Wars is Star Wars. Sure. She has also said no, and then I think the most recent interview that I read said that, you know, she was open to it, but it wasn't something that she was really, like, digging after, essentially. But
eager.
we were gonna have a 60-year-old Rey, well, 60-something-year-old Rey, because it's after 60 years after Rise of Skywalker. So she was like what, 20? So
80. Yeah, she could play this part
80-year-old.
because Helen Mirren was born in 1945. Like, what action scenes are you gonna do with a
Have you not
freaking
seen her in
100-year-old chick?
Yellowstone?
Yellowstone,
Have you not seen-
1982 or
She wasn't in 82. She was in 1920.
Oh.
1923.
1923. She was a badass, and that's a relatively new show. Also,
She
she
was-
was in Red. She played Victoria in
I know who
Red,
she
and she
is.
was a badass. Helen Mirren still got it.
I don't know. That seems like super old. Like you're fucking 80. How old is she? Fucking 79, 78 years old. Shit, that's fucking like I don't know. Well, you guess you gotta think about it. She's not gonna do a lot of the fucking action
She
part
is 77
anyway.
years old.
Yeah, she's not gonna do a lot of the action part anyway.
Well, I mean, she did it in Red. She did a lot of her own stuff when she was in Red 1 and 2. But I mean, hey, I wouldn't count her off just as like, oh, she's older, whatever, blah blah. My mom got into a she totaled her pickup this weekend, and then she went to the ER, got a CT scan and all of that, and then turned around and went to work the next day. Like I hold nothing. Like there's no.
Well, you got to think about it too. She wouldn't do none of her actual stunts. They always get stunt doubles to do all that shit, especially with older people, because you can't have your fucking main actor breaking a hip. You know what I'm saying? Because then it puts them out the movie then it just fucks up your whole recording
you
thing.
mean
So
like
they'll
Darth
definitely get
Vader
stunt
did when he
doubles to do
broke
all the
his
stuff,
back?
but they
Peter?
won't even because they try to even I think the break off date is like 49. After the age of 49, they won't even allow you to do your
Unless
stunts
you're
no
flipping
more.
Jackie Chan
Well, Jackie Chan is different.
or
That
Tom
motherfucker
Cruise.
is weird.
Jackie Chan's just built different.
That motherfucker did like a half a movie with a broken leg, and you didn't even know that his leg was broken. Well, I don't know. Tom Cruise does a lot of his own stunts too. So,
Yeah, he does. That's
but-
true.
so
And Brendan Fraser did his own stunts too.
but you also got to
Really?
look at what the stunts is
He
going to
was-
be too. I mean, like jumping off of Jackie Chan broke his foot when he jumped over the damn railing up on I think it was Rumble in the Bronx, where he jumped over the rails to the next fire escape. He broke his foot, and I think Tom Cruise broke his foot when he did something. It was like on a motorcycle or some shit. He was riding
While
his
we're
bike or
on
some
the
shit.
topic of this, has there been a Star Wars movie where somebing somebody has not broken something?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he's pretty old. Chris.
Ow, God!
But I think there's you have to be I don't know. There's a certain cutoff because either you have to they have, if I remember right, it's either There's a certain cutoff date, or you have to say that if you can't finish the film, then you don't get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it's something that there's some type of disclaimer that you have to sign that you won't get paid for the film if you can't finish it, if you want to do your own stunts or something. I can't remember exactly what
Tom
it is.
Cruise broke his ankle jumping from roof to roof in Mission Impossible and still
Yeah.
finished the movie.
Yeah, but you have to be able to finish the movie in order to get paid. Because if you get hurt and it puts back the timeline of the film, or when the film is supposed to be released by production, then they take a pay cut, or they get less money, or they don't get paid at all, or whatever the situation may be. So basically, if you want to do your own stunts, then you're basically taking a very big chance, and a lot of actors ain't gonna do it. And I think that the Actors Guild is against it. They're the ones they won't. The Actors Guild is set up to support them against, to fight against them if a company's not trying to pay them money or something like that. Then, but if you sign off on the waiver that you'll do your own stunts, then the Actor Guild won't get behind you either. So it's like
Keanu Reeves still does his own stunts.
Well, like in 4, in John Wick 4, where he tumbles down the stairs, they wouldn't let him do that. He talked about it in an interview. Because that was a lot of fucking stairs too. There was like a shit ton of stairs, but they told him if he did it, then they wouldn't let him do it. It was a big thing. I watched the interview where they talked about it. But like him jumping from the horse and stuff like that, some of the different things that he did, he was allowed to do them because it wasn't that strenuous on the body. But anything that was like real strenuous, they wouldn't let him do. It's like, no, you can't do it. If you try to do it, or if you want to sign the waiver and you don't get paid if something happens, then yeah. And most actors is not gonna. You get $20 million for a movie, you're not gonna say no. Oh hell yeah, no, I want to break my leg and then not get paid for it. No, they're not gonna do that. And then the biggest thing is that, like I said, the Actors Guild won't support you against the production company if you sign the waiver. So basically, the Actors Guild is like the actors union. So there's a lot of different things that comes into play, and we don't always know what all the little different things is. But like her, she's like, with her being 77 years old, I doubt they're gonna let her fucking backflip off a building with a lightsaber and all this other crazy shit that she would be doing within a Star Wars movie. There's a lot of stuff that they probably wouldn't let her do. They would hire stunt doubles to do it. Well, shit, look at, fuck. Wayne is, John Wayne's does all the, his son does all the fucking stunts for him, and that other guy do all the stunts for Pedro Pascal. Shit, they're basically Pedro Pascal in the whole movie. All he does is voice acting. They wear the suit and they do all the stunts, and you know what I'm saying? So it just all depends on the situation. I think that there's a lot of different things that would be. I would love to see this shit. I would love to see a lot of different people in Star Wars, but a lot of actors won't do Star Wars. They say it's fucking like it ends careers. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't think it ends stuntmen careers though.
Shit, I don't know. I look at Harrison Ford. I think he's had a pretty good fucking career. You know what I'm saying?
But that's like
Mark Hamill's had a pretty good fucking career. You know what I'm saying? He might not have done a lot of facial acting, but his voice acting career has been phenomenal. So, shit, I don't know what they talking about. I would give anything. I'd sell my left testicle to fucking be in Star Wars. Like, you want this motherfucker? Shit, I don't need it.
Just the left one, though.
Yeah, it got to be the left one. That's the one that hangs lowest, so, you know what I'm saying? You got to get rid of that motherfucker. It's not in the way as much.
Back to the testicle conversation.
Yeah, I was reading that article, though, about the fucking timeline. I said, what the fuck? This don't even make sense. Like, you gonna tell me this all happened in, like, the same week? Like, what the fuck? Shut up.
2 weeks later.
It's like, dude, what the hell?
Later.
Like, dude,
I'm so glad you did that, Garrison, because I was just about to do it.
Yeah, that's my fault. That was funny.
That's the only news article that I had. That's the only one that I had. So, Garrison, you got anything?
Nah, you pretty much covered most of it.
And it wasn't like a lot of the stuff was just about Visions.
It's about Visions, yeah.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Visions. I mean, there's some Jedi Survivor stuff that came out that, people were complaining about the bugs and stuff, but that's, you said that.
Apparently there is a bug about like people who got the deluxe version aren't getting their extra content.
Yeah, they're working
That's all
on that.
stuff. That's all software fixes.
Yeah, and again, this is all
download
stuff
fix.
that's gonna get fixed. So that's why I just wait till it's all fixed to buy it.
This is what you fuckers get for rushing them and demanding it. You can't be mad when you rushed and demanded for something and they were not 100% finished.
Yeah.
I do not blame them for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and from, just looking at like games.com and stuff like that, a lot of the new games that come out for the first 6 months are just
Are
full
like
of
that.
bugs and problems, and then
Yeah.
after that they get everything fixed with software updates, and then it'd be cool. It's like one of the greatest games ever. Everybody that rushes out to buy the games right off the bat is the ones that have the biggest problems with all these bugs because they haven't fixed them yet. But
Right.
they also need the people to do that so they can find out about the bugs, because when people complain, then they know what to go in and fix. So it's a give and take situation. You got to have the people that's going to complain about the bugs, but to get the bugs fixed.
Right.
And then you got to have the people that wait until the game is just perfect and then they buy it. So it's a good thing.
That's
Plus,
me.
you got to think about it. Everybody goes out and spends the money to get the game. It also gives a lot of money to the manufacturer so they can go in and do these software updates because they got to pay somebody to do that. So I mean, it all works together in the big scheme of things. And then
Quiz.
I'm sorry to disappoint y'all, but I didn't do a quote
No
for
quiz today.
a quiz this week.
Nah, it's okay.
I just had, like I said at the beginning of the show, there was a lot of stuff that went on this week that was just crazy. Some family issues that was just super crazy. So I wasn't able to get to the quiz. So we could either
How
do like
dare
the heads
you.
up, or we could do something else, or we could say bye and we'll get to it next week. It's up to y'all.
Make your choices.
No.
Hang on. Hang on. Garrison, stop stealing my shit.
Why you do it to CJ all the
I'll be
time?
right back. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Make your choices.
She's gonna go
Yeah.
grab this dumb game. I love her, but I hate this game.
What?
It's a trivia.
It's a whole ass trivia game. These
It has
questions are
trivia
ridiculous.
cards.
These questions are rigged.
They're not rigged. You
They're
just
rigged.
don't know anything.
All right, let's do it. Let's do a couple of them, and then we'll see what we'll see.
Okay, right off the top.
Ooh,
I got a one too about Mandalorian.
Obi-Wan.
Okay, what type of craft did Obi-Wan Kenobi use to steal away from the clones on Utapau after they attacked him?
General Grievous' ship. I'm not giving the fucking name because I don't know the name. It's General Grievous' ship.
You have 4 options. You want me to give you guys the 4 options?
Yeah, give us the four
Yes.
options.
Jedi Interceptor,
No.
an ARC 170, a Belobub 22 fighter, or Porax 38 starfighter.
I'm gonna guess the
I'm
Belobub.
going the Ark.
Kyle?
He robbed some dead guy.
Oh, he's just
Garrison.
going the.
It was the
Belobub.
Belobub 22.
Yep. Gotcha.
How many proton torpedoes does an ARC 170 starfighter carry?
We just mentioned the Ark. Wow.
9.
4.
Not
Anybody?
enough.
Not enough.
6.
Oh shit.
That was very close.
Who came out of light speed too close to the Hoth system?
The dumbass dude that got choked by fucking Vader. The dumbass admiral that got choked by dumbass that got choked by Vader.
Okay,
got
there's
killed.
there's Admiral Ozzel, General Veers,
General Veers.
Captain Nita, Captain Piet?
Piet.
Piet.
Veers.
The fourth one.
Captain Nita, because he's really gonna need to breathe.
God.
The
None of
dumbest
you-
shit I've ever said.
None of you
That was
were right.
awesome. That's such a dad joke. I
That
love
was
that.
so
Admiral
bad.
Ozzel.
I know
I'm
whoever
so
it was, he got
ashamed.
choked by Vader.
I am so
Yeah, you got
ashamed.
Why are you ashamed? That was actually pretty good.
That was so bad.
That was such a good dad joke.
How many nostrils do Tauntauns have? 2, 4,
Four.
6, or 8?
4.
6.
4.
There's 4. Yeah,
Damn
2
it.
in the top, 2 in the that come down like this.
I tried too hard.
What surprising sound attracts wampas? Tauntaun cries, human voices, snow speeders, or astromech beeps?
Tauntauns.
Tauntauns. Yeah. Think about
Astromech beeps.
what?
Yeah.
That's
What?
interesting.
They eat
I would've thought-
tauntauns. That's
yeah,
like their
like
main
tauntauns,
food
like-
source.
It's like saying what attracts them, the dinner bell or something they've never heard before.
What was Lot Dodd's position in the Trade Federation?
He was part of the.
Lot dog. Then we have a
Financial
question
services.
about this on the Impossible Quiz.
Viceroy Emeritus, Senator, Secretary of War, or Secretary of the Treasury?
Treasury.
Treasury. Yeah.
War.
He was a senator.
Well, he obviously sucked at his job.
Secretary of this dick.
He's gonna secretary that dick.
He's gonna secretary that.
Who felt like he could take on the entire empire himself?
Biggs.
Luke Skywalker.
Biggs.
It was Wedge.
Whatever.
We suck.
Then we had wasn't that on? And I thought it was Biggs when he on because ain't that on Family Guy? I can take on the whole galaxy, and then he flies out there and gets shot to shit.
Dax. I read the one about it. It was Dax.
They said Biggs said he could take it all on. Yay! He flies
I
out there
love
like
that
suck
Family
it, the Empire, and he just
All
gets
right, we
shot and
don't need to
killed.
do anything. He's got it.
Cool.
What separatist organization produced the? No, I'm not even. Nope, never mind. I can't even say.
Nah.
That. What ship did Padme Amidala take to Mustafar? Naboo cruiser, Naboo royal starship, Naboo yacht, or Naboo starskiff?
Starskiff.
Yacht.
It was a smaller version.
Yacht.
CJ got it.
It was the smaller version of her ship.
It was the
Starskiff.
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 They looked exactly the fucking same. It's a big shiny ass ship, like you flying a damn fucking target through the space.
What
All
did
right.
Princess Leia tell Luke Skywalker when he saw her being escorted by stormtroopers in Cloud City? Go back, Luke.
It's a trap.
Watch out for Darth Vader.
It's a trap!
Or they got Han.
It's a
a
fucking
trap.
trap, Luke.
Oh,
Fucking get out of here. Boba Fett's here.
They got Han, I'm gonna guess.
No,
That
it
or
was
Darth
it's a
Vader.
trap.
It's a
It's
trap.
a trap.
She
I'm
was
a
yelling,
dumbass.
"It's a trap, Luke."
I'm a dumbass.
They have Han, Luke. Boba Fett's here. Boba
Boba
Fett.
Fett.
The dumb shit, I swear.
Boba Fett.
Yeah, I got a question.
What?
Okay.
I don't like this.
True or false? Grief Karga sustained an injury to his chest during his brawl with Mando.
False. He got shot in the Beskar.
Yep. It was false.
Woohoo!
Actually, no, it says true on this damn card. That shit's false.
He probably got bruised ribs.
Yeah, but the Beskar stopped the fucking bullet from
Yeah.
him or the blaster from him, so technically it was fucking false. Lying motherfucking cards.
I have a clone trooper question.
Oh, yay.
What clone trooper shot down Jedi Master Plo Koon when Jedi Order 66 was given?
66.
Sith Order 66.
I don't know what his name was. I just remember it
Tamara
happening.
Morrison.
Captain Captain Jagga,
Jagger.
Captain Cordy, or Captain Zach?
Jack Sparrow.
Zaga.
Tamara Morrison.
Captain Jag.
I seen his face. I know it was happy. I know he did it.
I know it was Tamara. I've seen his face.
I know
I've
it's
seen
Tim.
him.
I watched him do it.
I'm a witness.
What is carried in Wookiee ammo halters? Pellets, throwing knives, poisonous spikes, or blaster gas cartridges?
Blaster
Con-
gas.
Blaster gas cartridges.
When an ARC 170's S foils are set to attack position, how many wings does it have? Four,
Four.
6, 8, or 2?
4. 6, 8, or 2? That's 6.
Yep.
Oh, whatever.
That's wrong as shit. It has 4. I've seen
It's
it.
4. I know better. These cards are rigged. I told you.
Wait,
I wasn't
what was the
joking.
question?
Yeah, say the question again. said, how many wings does an X-wing fighter have?
No. When an ARC 170's S foils are set to attack position, how many wings does it have?
Oh, I thought you were talking about an
8,
X-wing.
6, or 2.
It's 6, right?
It's 6.
Yeah.
I thought you said the X-wing. I'm sorry.
No, that's the precursor to the X-wing. It's the one the clones flew in, right?
Yeah. Okay. There's 3 on each side. Yeah. Whatever.
How many
It's an
arms does
X-wing.
a Viper probe bot have?
6.
None, because it's a Viper. Because Vipers are snakes.
I got it,
6.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You love droids. I have to study things. My bad.
How many puppeteers did it take to operate Jabba the Hutt?
4.
6.
No, 6.
5.
There's 2 in the
It
tail.
was 6. It was 2 in
in
the
the
tail,
body?
2 in the
6?
body, 2 in the head, or 1 in the head, 1 to operate his mouth.
Actually, it was only 3.
Eat
2 in
my-
the
That's
body.
wrong. Hell no.
No, that's wrong. We've talked about this before. That's wrong.
Okay, I'm looking it up.
No, just keep reading
If
it. and
Star
we'll
Wars,
do it.
if Star Wars fucked up, or if Disney fucked up,
Yeah,
because
it's
these
a
are
Disney game.
Well, it's Lucasfilm game. What Jedi Padawan did Senator Organa see gunned down on the Jedi Temple
His son.
hangar platform? Mixie Pixo,
Pixie Pixel.
Zet Jukaza, Papis Dane, or
What are these names?
B
Puppies.
Preachin'.
Puppies.
The last one.
His name was Zet Jukasa.
Yeah, that's the least weird sounding name, to be honest.
I'm sorry. It just sounds like he's a relative of Jocasta knew. I
Mixie,
don't
what was
like
that? Mixie Pixie?
Yep, Mixie Pixo.
Mixie Pixie. That's the worst name I've ever heard.
What species performed Squid Lake in the Galaxy's Opera House on Coruscant?
Oh.
I remember
What?
I was talking about this.
What? Say the question
What
again.
species does
What
Squid Lake?
species performed Squid Lake in the Galaxy's Opera House on
Swans.
Coruscant?
What species?
The Alamari.
The no, it's the other
No,
ones.
it's
The ones
the
with the tentacle
calamari.
faces. What's
The
the
Mon
one with
Calamari.
No, it's not the calamarians. It's
It's
Eat it.
Chris got it, Mon Calamari.
I got it. I said it first.
You
didn't
said Malamari.
I? It's the same thing.
it's them fish people.
It's the same thing. It was like.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's
It's a
a
trap. All right. Well, I won this episode today. Thank you.
Oh,
I'm
crap.
just kidding.
I didn't get none of them right, so it doesn't matter.
Whoa, hey, here's a super duper easy one. It'll be the last one. Who killed Jabba the Hutt?
Leia.
Slayer Leia.
Han, yeah. Leia killed him.
Did you just say Han?
No, I said
Han
Han.
Solo.
I said Princess Han Solo.
Princess Han Solo.
I'm sorry. So when George Lucas was getting his American, like the American acting award or whatever, the producer award, she sat there and she's like, "Hi, I'm Mrs. Han Solo, and I'm an alcoholic."
Sorry, wrong meeting.
Sorry, wrong meeting. And then at the end, she's like, "In conclusion, Your Honor,
I
And
hope I slept with you to get the job, because if not, who the hell was that guy?
What?
All right,
So-
guys, we're gonna wrap it up today.
I was like, I'm lost.
Like I said, I will get the Spotify fix this week because now that Adobe done gave me the information on how to fix everything. Well, actually, they put out an update to fix it, so now I should just be able to go in and fix it. So all the last 4 episodes will be put up on Spotify. Now that
I
that's
suggest
fixed.
silencing your ringers, or else you're gonna get bing, 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 bing.
Yeah, probably. And then we'll be talking more about Visions and Young Jedi Adventures on this coming up Wednesday, so don't miss out on that episode. And I think that's about all that we have for this week. We will see you guys on Wednesday. May the Force be with you,
And make good choices.
and make good choices.
fuck you, Garrison, can't
And
steal
stay
that one."
outrageous.
Thank you for tuning in to LSR. If you've enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. LightSaber Radio is produced by Pickfilm Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Garrison Turcott, CJ Elliott, and Kyle McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.